Hey guys, the Kamsh here. Sorry if I sound a little bit congested, I'm a little bit sick right now. But today, since Old Gods came out pretty recently, I thought I would just talk about a bunch of decks that I brewed up, deck tech them a little bit, and then if you guys like any of them, you can let me know. I'll probably pursue deck teching some of them in the future, playing them. But since there's so many different decks to play right now, I just thought I'd give you guys an overview of a bunch of different decks I've been trying. So maybe if you guys aren't sure what you want to play right now, you can pick one up, try it. But yeah, just some brews. Some of them are better than others, but I'll go ahead and talk about all of them real quick, and you guys maybe will like one of them, want to play it. So been playing a lot of Yogg decks. Yogg is a really cool card. I like it a lot. So basically we'll go through everything here and why we're playing it. But basically, the whole point of the deck is to play a bunch of spells so we can play Yogg Thron, which a lot of the time will be more beneficial to us than harmful, although it is pretty random. And since this deck will fall behind on board sometimes, since it's not a mid-range deck, Yogg will help us with that. But Yogg, pretty sweet card. I've killed myself with it a couple times, but overall pretty sweet. So we have 2 Forbidden Flame, good removal spell, pretty flexible, not always the most cost efficient, but nice. Also a spell for Yogg. 2 Frostbolt, again as removal, spell for Yogg. 2 Doomsayers, they pair with Frost Nova and Blizzard as good removal. 2 Sorks to make all our spells cheaper since we're playing a lot. Arcane Intellect to refill our hand. Torch, since it's a spell, gives us another spell. Again, Frost Nova with Doomsayer or just a stall. Spellslinger, since it gives us more spells. Then we have Kabbalist's Tome, because in slow games it gives us a lot more spells. Conjurer for the same purpose. Servant, because a lot of time when they have a lot of creatures on board, can be kind of helpful. Again, kind of like Yogg, where its spells are helpful if you're behind a lot of the time. To note, this does not count towards Yoggstron because this is the thing casting it, or we're not the ones casting it, but still a nice card. A lot of people have said it's good in testing. 2 Blizzard, again for AoE, same for 2 Flame Strike. Thorson to reduce everything, make the deck flow a little bit smoother. And then Mukla to give us more spells, and Ronan to also give us more spells. And of course, Yogg is a finisher. It's kind of a fun Yogg deck. Thought it'd be worth trying. This is kind of my mage brew for Yogg. And then we have Rogue for Yogg. So here we have double backstab, obviously for spells, double prep to cast more spells, things like vanish. 2 shadow step because we can shadow step the Yogg, we can shadow step Cold Eye Oracle, stuff like that. And that's also just a 0 cost spell. Deadly poison since we are playing flurries to clear, even though flurry was nerfed. 2 eviscerate again to clear, 2 sap, 2 fan because they cycle and they kill things. 1 Shadow Strike, just because, if they play like Thoros or something, I want to be able to kill it pretty easily. 2 Cold Light, again with the Vanishes and the Shadow Steps to draw us more cards, let us go off with Yogg more. 2 Earthen Ring for heal, 2 SI, just because it's efficient. 2 Blade Flurry, 1 Thistletea, just thought this would be an interesting card. It sort of works the same way as Kabbalist's Tome since we have a lot of spells. Also, it gives us a bunch of Yoggs, that's really fun. 2 Vanish to bounce everything, an Emperor again to reduce everything, Mukla again to give spells, 1 Sprint just in case we run low on cards, don't have enough card draw, and then of course Yogg. Similar to the Mage deck, might be kind of fun, definitely worth trying. Cthulhu Rogue, getting a little bit more into the competitive decks, although this is a very preliminary list, so not sure if it'll be good. It's probably a lot of optimizing can be done. Playing 2 Shadow Step because it's good, with a lot of the battle cries. Deck has a lot of battle cries. Also good with Cthulhu, obviously. Blade of Cthulhu, Shadowcaster, stuff like that. 1 Finley, since you're not really interacting with your dagger at all, you want a better hero power. Pretty much, a lot of them are better than dagger with this deck. 2 Visceral just removal. 1 Gang Up for Cthulhu and other cards because you really want your multiples. 2 Sap just for tempo. And then we have 2 Beckoner of Evil to buff your Cthulhu, really efficient, obviously. Just one of these for early taunt against like face decks, and also gives you your Cthulhu taunt, which a lot of time won't be relevant, but it's there. Fan, just 1 fan for AoE and 2 cycle. Brand, because it's one of the strongest cards in this deck, pretty much everything's in battle cry. Disciple, again really strong, kills things, and then buffs your Cthulhu. Twilight Elder to again buff your Cthulhu, just to fish on curve. Cthulhu's Chosen, same reason. Crazed Worshipper, same reason. Shadowcaster because can give you smaller things of things that buff Cthulhu, and like even giving yourself another Disciple isn't too bad. Brand can also give you things like Thorson and Blade of Cthulhu, and even Cthulhu himself if he's out for some reason. So Shadowcast is really synergistic in this deck. Thorson make everything cheaper. Just 1 Sprint. We're not playing preps because we're not playing that many spells, but it's good to have just 1 Sprint just in case we need a refill after a twisting nether or something. Twin Emperor, because it's really good and really efficient taunt. One Doomcaller just in case our Cthulhu gets killed somehow, or we needed to play it before it was lethal, stuff like that. Two Bladed Cthulhu, it's expensive, but this card is just amazing. You know, it's just a removal spell and buffs your Cthulhu for a lot. And then of course Cthulhu to win with. That's kind of the idea for a Cthulhu rogue list. Next we have a Reno Cthulhu list. So playing a bunch of just one-ofs like Arena Lockwood, and then a bunch of Cthulhu buff cards. So we have Coil, the Cycle, Renounced Darkness, just in the situations where no Warlock cards will save you. You have Renounced Darkness. Beckoner, again, we're playing one of pretty much all the Cthulhu cards, like Geomancer too. Peddler, because very versatile, can do a lot of things. Demon Wrath, Shadowbolt removal. Bran, again, works very well with most things in this deck. Disciple of Cthulhu, again, one of all the Cthulhu cards since it's a Reno deck. Earthen Ring, Gang Boss, MC Tech, standard lock cards. And then we have Twilight Elder, again, to buff the Cthulhu. Two board clears in Hellfire and Shadowflame. Another way to buff the Cthulhu. Argus to give things taunt. One BGH because it's still good in the slower control decks. Crazed Worshipper, again, taunt, buffs Cthulhu. Again, Usher of Souls, quite good. The Warlock class card for Cthulhu. Siphon Souls, removal. Harbinger, just because, not the worst 6-drop finds our Cthulhu. Maybe it won't end up being good, but that'd be interesting to sort of tutor effects aren't that common in Hearthstone. So, thought it'd be worth trying. Thorson, reduce everything. Reno, of course, the whole reason we're playing not that many Cthulhu cards in the Cthulhu Synergy deck is because we want to live long enough to play the Cthulhu, and that involves healing to full off Reno. Cultist, not the best Cthulhu card, but again, we're playing one of all of them, so we want to play as many as we can. Cho'Gao, just because it's a really good, efficient, tempo card. Lets you put a 7/7, cast like a Siphon. Twin Emperor, again, very good card. When your Cthulhu is big, gives you 2 good taunts. Nether to clear, again, one of Doomcaller, and then, of course, Cthulhu. So there's that. Then there's Tech Lock, is a deck I played a lot before. Basically, you play a bunch of tech cards to try to get people. It's pretty bad against Cthulhu decks, but really good against a bunch of other stuff. So, Jouster, just against, aggro. A lot of times it'll flip and be bigger since we're playing a lot of bigger things. So it'll be bigger than our opponent's creatures. At least the ones they play on one, because it's basically a zombie chart replacement. Shifter Xeris, just because it can transform a lot of powerful tech cards, and it'll probably sit in our hand for a while since this is a lock deck, so good to have. Renounced Darkness, again, for those situations where no Warlock cards can save you. You can try to look for, Tree of Life or something once Reno's dead. Basically something like that. Ooze to kill weapons. Peddler, again, very versatile. The Doomsayer, so we can play it for tempo against aggro. Demon Wrath and Shadowbolt, one's AoE, one's removal. Earthen Ring to heal. Gangbusters, very good, efficient card. MC Tech to try to steal stuff when our opponent's going too much for board. Again, 2 more board clears in Hellfire and Shadowflame. Argus to taunt. Eater of Secrets for people still playing Freeze Mage. Fresh Inventor is another heal since Heal Buff's gone. Spellbreakers are silent since Owl's more expensive now. Twilight Drake, just a big body. BGH to kill things, again, still good in slower control decks. Apothecary to heal more. Manipulator just to copy things. A lot of opponents are playing bigger things. You can, copy some cool stuff, copy a Grom or something, just good value. You can copy stuff in your own deck too. Harrison Jones to eat weapons. Siphon Soul, good removal spell. Thoros to make everything cheaper. Reno to heal the full, obviously. Sylvanas to steal stuff. Cho'Gao to cast his free spells. Nether is a board clear. Drax is a win condition. Then we have the addition of Sogal to try it out. Just a good taunt, sort of late game threat / defensive option. So that's the Tech Lock. Then we have Cthulhu Priest. So Cthulhu Priest is very similar to all the Cthulhu decks. Again, has all the good Cthulhu cards like Disciple and Chosen, but it also has Hooded Acolyte, which is whenever a character is healed, give your Cthulhu +1/+1. So a couple with Northshire and Circle, this deck kind of gets to go off with that. I actually want to try Pyromancers in this list as well, so I might end up cutting some stuff. But basically, the idea here is you play out all your Cthulhu cards. And you have the general sort of support with Priest, Circle to heal, Power Word Shield, Northshire to draw cards, some removal spells in Shadow Word Pain and Death. And then, of course, all the Cultists, Brand for the Battle Cries. You have 2 Holy Novas board clears and an Entomb as targeted removal. 1 Twilight Defender just as an extra heal in case you're playing against aggro. Very good with your Cthulhu. Again, we have Thorson to make things cheaper. We have Herald just because it can make an extra Thorson. It can make more Hooded Acolytes just to make your Cthulhu extra big. Works well with Twilight Elder 2, Bran. So trying that out. Then we have Twin Emperor, Doomcaller again if our Cthulhu dies for some reason. Cthulhu itself, Might end up cutting some more of the late game for Pyromancers, but basically this is like comboing off Circle with No Strike draws you a lot of cards, comboing off Circle with Hooded Acolyte gives you a Cthulhu that OTKs them. So that's the idea behind that deck. Then we have Dragon Warrior. This is sort of control warrior. We're playing a lot of dragons, trying out the Deathwing Dragon Lord. So 2 Execute, 2 Shield Slam, very good removal spells. 2 War Axe, again to clear your early game against more aggressive decks. Revenge, sort of board wipe, depending on how much health you have, can do very different things. Alex draws as champion, because good with dragons, 3 through the charge, can trade with like your opponent's Knife Juggler, for example, on turn 2 and still live. Double Armor Smith to get that armor, double Bash as removal spells, 1 Shield Block just to cycle. We're not playing Acolytes because that spite's gone, so we don't have enough Whirlwind effects. 1 Fierce Monkey just to get that extra early game. 1 Elise just in case the dragons aren't enough to win. Against some of the Arena Lock decks, stuff like that. Priest, dragons sometimes aren't enough, so we're playing this as an extra win condition. 2 Twilight Guardian as taunts, because again, really good dragons. 2 Brawls, board clears. 1 BGH, again, good and still in the slow control decks. 2 Blackwing, kind of like mini Fire Elemental. Does the same amount of damage, very good with dragons. 1 Justicar to get that armor. 1 Gore Howls, a bit more late game. And then, of course, we're playing a bunch of dragons. Kermagus, Nefarian, Ysera, Deathwing, and Deathwing Dragon Lord. And that's so that Deathwing Dragon Lord can pull all of these. It also pulls, like, Twilight Guardians, but that's less good. So basically, we want this to, when it dies, pull out a Ysera or something, and we're good to go. So that's Dragon Warrior. And then finally, sort of a mid-range / controlling Hunter build. So we have 1 Hunter's March to make things smaller. And of course, this is we're trying to take advantage of Desert Camels. We're playing both 2 Fiery Bats and 2 Injured Faldares as our 1-drops. 2 Quick Shots sort of as removal spells. For our 2-drops, we have Toad and King Zealot. Not playing Juggler. Could try out Juggler with Unleash, but going for more of a Beast theme and less of a Tokens build, especially since we don't have Creeper anymore. 2 Eagle Horn, 2 Companion, 2 Kill Command, Hunter Staples, 2 Unleash to punish more aggressive decks, Desert Camel to get the early game out, the 1-drops for a lot of advantage, pulling Qualdir makes 2 2/4s, 2 Houndmaster to taunt our beasts, 1 Infested Wolf just as an extra 4-drop, so our curve isn't too bad, 2 Ram Wrangler to make more beasts, 2 Highmane, and then 2 Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild has been really good for me, a really powerful card, can help push lethal and build board, but sort of a mid-range Hunter build. So those are just some brews from the new set. None of them are going to be great or perfect or well-tuned, but just to give you guys sort of a starting point of where my mind kind of went when the set came out, I'll be working more to refine decks and start sharing, in-depth deck techs with gameplay and all that with you guys starting next week. But this week I just thought I'd give you guys sort of a starting point for what you might want to play. This is the kind of articles on Magic a lot. Kenji Wayfinder does the 14 decks as soon as the set comes out for people to get a landing point. So this is what I thought I'd do. Again, decks might not be great, but I thought they were a really good starting point. So if you guys enjoy any of those, definitely recommend try playing them, and feel free to put comments or questions in the chat, stuff like that. And if I end up liking any of these lists or tuning it, I'll definitely let you guys know and do a deck tech on that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And, if you like this video, check out some other videos on TempoStorm.com. Stay tuned for my video next week where, I deck tech one of these or a different deck that I like a lot and do some Legend Ladder with them. But for now, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next